Today, we're diving into a really critical turning point in the epic search for Sita. This is the moment where a massive worldwide mission just collapses. It pushes our heroes right to the edge, to a point where all hope is pretty much gone.
And that's really the big question here, isn't it? How do you keep going when you've hit rock bottom? For them, everything hinges on the answer. So let's jump into the story and see how it all plays out.
All right, so to really get what's going on, you have to understand the sheer scale of this thing. The search for Sita wasn't just a small-time operation. We're talking about a global effort. Thousands of Vanaras, these incredibly powerful and smart warriors, were sent out in 4 massive armies to every corner of the known world. And just look at what they were up against. I mean, each team faced its own impossible challenge. You've got one group fighting through brutal blizzards, another crossing these spooky, haunted valleys, a third navigating just terrifying oceans. But we're going to focus on the southern team, because according to the story, they had more determination than anyone.
So let's follow this southern team, because that incredible determination, well, it starts to fall apart. This was a rock star crew, led by the mighty Hanuman, the young Prince Angada, and the super-wise elder Jambavan. And man, they pushed deeper into the unknown than anyone had ever gone before.
But their journey was just this slow, painful grind. This wasn't some sudden disaster. It was a month-long slide into total despair. Week by week, their food and water ran out. Their spirits just sank. By the time they finally stumbled onto the southern coast, they were completely spent, hopelessly lost, and their deadline had passed.
And this is where they hit the wall. They're standing at the edge of this huge, endless ocean they can't cross. They have no leads, no time, and the crushing weight of their failure is just too much to handle. All those little doubts they had, they're not whispers anymore. They're a deafening roar.
You can just feel the exhaustion in Angada's voice here. He's the young leader, and he's speaking for everyone. They gave it their all, went places no one had ever been, and came up with absolutely nothing. You can imagine how devastating that must have felt.
And here's the kicker. It wasn't just about failing the mission. For them, this was a life-or-death situation. If they went back to their king, Sugriva, with nothing to show for it, well, it wouldn't end well for them. They were completely trapped, can't go forward, and they're terrified to go back.
I mean, look at them, sitting on that empty shore. This is way beyond just being sad or disappointed. This is a deep, soul-crushing hopelessness that's taken over the entire group. As far as they're concerned, the mission's over. They failed.
But in this pit of total despair, one person stands apart. While everyone else is drowning in this feeling of failure, Hanuman is holding on to one thing, a promise he made to Rama. And that promise is about to change everything.
And this is where you see true leadership. While Angada and the others are ready to give up, Hanuman steps up. He absolutely refuses to let them fall apart. And this isn't just some motivational speech, it's a vow. He's basically saying, as long as I'm here, this is not over.
And then, right as Hanuman makes this stand, something wild happens. At their absolute lowest, when it seems like there's no way out, destiny, or maybe something else, steps in. A totally unexpected, almost magical event is about to flip the script.
So, picture this beaten-down group of warriors on a barren coastline, and out of nowhere, an elderly woman appears. But she's not just any woman. The text says she was glowing, with this kind of divine energy. In a split second, the whole mood changes.
And her first words are exactly, and I mean exactly, what they needed to hear. She doesn't call them warriors, she calls them children. And she offers them the 2 things they've completely lost, hope and a path forward. It's just this incredible, unexplainable moment of grace.
So, obviously, the first question on everyone's mind is, who on earth is she? Out here, in the middle of nowhere. How does she know who they are and what they're looking for? And get this, it wasn't just her. The story says the forest around her started to glow too. This was a huge sign that this wasn't some random encounter. Something truly otherworldly was happening, and you just know they're on the verge of a massive breakthrough.
So here's the takeaway. Right at the moment of absolute failure, a guide shows up. Their despair wasn't the end of the story. It was just the end of a really, really hard chapter. And as this new chapter opens, you have to wonder, is this mysterious woman the key to finding Sita? Or is she the start of an even bigger challenge? All we know is the real adventure was just getting started.